Listen to me carefully. Before you go any further, pause for just one moment and ask yourself this one question. How many times have you stopped yourself from doing something you truly wanted because of someone else's opinion? How many dreams have you quietly buried, not because you lacked ability, but because you listened to voices that were never meant to guide your life? From the moment you wake up, opinions surround you. They come from family, friends, colleagues, strangers, social media, society. Everyone has something to say about how you should live, what you should choose, who you should become, and slowly, without realizing it, you start carrying all those opinions on your shoulders. They become heavy, they become confusing, they become limiting, but today, I want you to understand something deeply and clearly. You don't have to listen to every opinion. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Not every voice deserves power over your future. Not every comment deserves a response, and not every suggestion deserves acceptance. Most people give opinions without understanding your journey. They don't know your pain. They don't know your sacrifices. They don't know what you've survived. They don't know the battles you fight in silence every single day, yet they speak confidently, and if you're not careful, their confidence can make you doubt yourself. Let me tell you a hard truth. People will judge you no matter what you do. If you stay silent, they'll call you weak. If you speak up, they'll call you rude. If you dream big, they'll say you're unrealistic. If you play safe, they'll say you lack ambition. If you succeed, they'll say you got lucky. If you fail, they'll say they warned you. So ask yourself honestly, if judgment is unavoidable, why are you living for approval? Every opinion is shaped by someone's own fears, experiences, limitations, and beliefs. When a fearful person gives advice, they offer fear. When a limited person gives guidance, they offer limits. When a broken person speaks, their words often come from their wounds. That doesn't make them evil, it makes them human, but it also means you must be wise. Wisdom is knowing the difference between feedback and noise. Wisdom is understanding that not all advice is meant for you. Wisdom is realizing that you are the one who has to live with your choices, not them. Think about this. The most successful people in history were doubted before they were celebrated. They were laughed at before they were admired. They were criticized before they were respected. If they had listened to every opinion, they would have never become who they were meant to be. Your life is not a committee decision. Your dreams do not need public approval. Your purpose does not require permission. Sometimes people will say, "I'm just being honest," but honesty without empathy is cruelty. Sometimes they say, "I'm just trying to help," but help that breaks your confidence is not help. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to say, "I hear you, but I choose my own path." Confidence is not shouting louder than others. Confidence is quietly trusting yourself even when others doubt you. Understand this, the loudest voices are not always the wisest ones, and silence from others does not mean you are wrong. When you stop listening to every opinion, something powerful happens. Your mind becomes clearer. Your decisions become stronger. Your focus becomes sharper, and your self-respect grows. You stop living in reaction mode. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't want to understand. You stop shrinking to fit into places you've outgrown. You begin to listen inward, to your intuition, to your values, to your vision, and that inner voice, it has been waiting for you to trust it again, waiting for you to believe in yourself the way you once did. Yes, constructive feedback matters. Yes, learning from others is powerful, but blind obedience to opinions is dangerous. Take advice from people who are where you want to be. Listen to those who genuinely care about your growth, and politely ignore the rest. Remember this always: if you want a different life, you must be willing to disappoint people. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to walk alone for a while. Because your future deserves your courage more than your comfort. One day, When you look back at your life, you won't regret ignoring opinions. You'll regret ignoring yourself. So stop asking everyone what you should do. Stop shrinking your dreams to make others comfortable. Stop doubting your worth because someone else couldn't see it. Stand firm, move forward, trust yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to stay true to who you are becoming. And now, listen to me very carefully. From today onward, choose your voices wisely. Choose growth over approval. Choose courage over comfort. Choose purpose over popularity. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs strength today. Commit right now to trusting yourself more than opinions. And remind yourself every single day, I don't have to listen to every opinion. I choose my path. I choose myself. This is Modify Yourself. And your transformation begins the moment you decide to stop living in someone else's voice. Listen to me carefully. What you've just heard is only the beginning. Because this lesson is not something you understand once and move on. This is something you must remind yourself of again and again, especially on the days when doubt feels louder than belief. There will be days when you feel strong, days when you are confident in your direction. But there will also be days when a single comment, a single look, a single opinion shakes you. And on those days, you must remember this truth even more. The world will always try to mold you, not because it knows what's best for you, but because it's uncomfortable with people who think differently. A person who follows their own path reminds others of the paths they were too afraid to take. That's why they question you. That's why they discourage you. That's why they laugh, criticize, and doubt. Not because you're wrong, but because your courage exposes their fear. Understand this deeply. When someone tells you, be realistic, what they often mean is, stay within the limits I accepted for myself. When someone says, people like us don't do these things, what they really mean is, I didn't have the courage to try. When someone says, you're changing, what they really fear is that you're growing beyond them. And growth will always offend those who chose comfort. You must stop taking advice from people who are not living the life you want. You don't ask a broke person how to build wealth. You don't ask an unhappy person how to find peace. And you should never ask a fearful person how to be brave. Your life is too valuable to be guided by random opinions. Most people don't want you to win, not consciously, but subconsciously. Your success makes them question their own choices. And instead of changing themselves, they try to slow you down. That's why you must build mental strength, because the strongest battles you will fight are not outside. They are inside your mind. Every time you listen to the wrong opinion, you betray yourself a little. Every time you silence your intuition, you weaken your confidence, and over time you forget who you really are. But here's the powerful part. You can take that power back, right now, in this moment. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to explain it. You just need to decide. Decide that you will no longer argue with people who don't understand you. Decide that you will no longer seek validation for your dreams. Decide that you will no longer apologize for wanting more from life, because wanting more doesn't make you greedy, it makes you honest. Wanting growth doesn't make you selfish, it makes you alive. Choosing yourself doesn't make you arrogant, it makes you responsible. Responsibility for your happiness, responsibility for your future, responsibility for the life you are building. And yes, the path will feel lonely sometimes. Yes, people will misunderstand you. Yes, there will be moments when you wonder if they were right. But remember this, temporary loneliness is better than lifelong regret. Imagine reaching the end of your life and realizing you lived someone else's version of success. Someone else's expectations, someone else's fears. That pain is far heavier than any criticism you face today. You were not born to blend in. You were born to become, to evolve, to modify yourself. Your intuition is not random. Your dreams are not accidents that pull you feel towards something bigger. That's your purpose calling you, and purpose doesn't speak in the language of opinions. It speaks in the language of courage. So when doubts come, let them come. When opinions rise, let them rise. But you keep moving. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to not quit on yourself. Because the moment you stop listening to every opinion, you start hearing your own strength, your own clarity, your own power, and one day the same people who doubted you will wonder how you became so confident, so focused, so unstoppable. They'll call it luck, but you'll know the truth. It was the day you chose your voice over the noise. It was the day you stopped asking for permission. It was the day you decided to trust yourself. So promise yourself this today. No matter how loud the world becomes, you will not abandon your inner voice. You will keep going, you will keep growing, you will keep believing, because this is your life, your journey, your responsibility, and this is Modify Yourself, where you don't just listen to motivation, you become it.